another video, and today we're going up against the Denver Nuggets. They are undefeated right now. They're number 1 in the West. But yeah, man. The next episode is gonna be against the Charlotte Hornets, so I can't wait to go against them again. We gotta win this time, and do what you're supposed to be doing. Listen to coach, what he say when it's timeouts. Look for the open shot in the corner. Everybody's not gonna make it, but at least we get the rebounds, play good defense, stuff like that. But yeah, man, hopefully y'all been enjoying y'all weekend. I had a good time. I went to church today and it was really good. We got a party on Saturday, but I think I might not go because they're gonna let me know if I can go or not. But yeah, man, they still working on that. But yeah, man, it's gonna be the Denver Nuggets that we're going up against. And if y'all have any questions, make sure you leave it down in the comments down below, and I could read them and everything in the description. But yeah, man, let's get it started. Let me see something before I start the game.
Looks like it's time for a rumble on the K. The offense is active.
Gotta go to Austin right quick. Maybe if I can reach Austin right quick, I can probably do something. I gotta meet him right quick. Here we go.
Hey, there he is. My favorite client and the team's newest starter. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Austin. It's all pretty exciting now, isn't it?
And listen, this is just the first step towards you becoming the face of the franchise.
Oh, well, I like how that sounds.
It won't be easy, though. You gotta establish yourself as the best player on a championship caliber team.
Oh, is that all?
Listen, but if you do it, the rewards are off the charts, man.
Yeah, well, you know me, Austin. I'm not ever scared, and I'm just crazy enough to believe I could do anything.
That's why I love you, AP. Never change.
year's Heat team.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
Well, they're a great team, but they're going to lose a few, especially going up against a team you don't know that. For Miami, they've gone 2 or 3 years right out the gate. And now we're being joined by our 2K insight, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Guys, by many accounts, the Denver Nuggets had one of the better summers of any team. Fortifying their depth and applying the your chase for a new title, this team was taking steps in the right direction.
They're clearly all in. Hi, John. Thanks a lot. And here is MP. After Jamal Murray was able to get that triple. To end the run. And MP with the lead.
The desire to win, it fuels MP. He doesn't let anything get in his way.
Here's Murray to the left side lane. Watson's shot is off. And so it's Powell who brings up the ball for the Miami Heat. Andrews trailing by 2.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside. Now, here's Watson. Pass to Gordon. Watson the screen. And Gordon gets to Hardaway. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open, lucky right there for the lead.
Wiggins a screen on Hardaway. And here's Powell. It's good from long range.
Oh, nice ball movement. Hero's an underrated passer, makes great decisions.
The Nuggets trail by 3. So David Adelman decided to call a timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. The league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Denver. They're playing really well, moving up now to the top spot in our rankings.
And you know for the Heat, they like where they're at in the top 5. First month of the season, not a lot of weight put on these early power rankings anyway.
1:15 left here in the opening quarter. Johnson outside. Pass to Brown. 4 on the clock. Brown inside the line. Here's Valanciunas. Finishing it off.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that mid-body to scare the board and keep the play alive.
Mitchell passes to Ware. There's the pick. To the middle. And he's right back into it with a big dunk of his own.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop, but he's got the win in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Valanciunas. And Ware pulls it down.
Well, that was a great challenge at the rim and a difficult adjustment to make.
Here's Larson. Still scoreless. Here's the three. shot. No good. A good close touching so far as we finish the first quarter. Heat lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena. Yeah, we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Miami.
Well, they have a great stick anytime getting into a groove from deep. Putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Johnson. And it's Holmes in at the 4. Scoop on the floor for Denver. Now here's Murray. Norman Powell unable to get his right shot to go. To Holmes. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Pass to Brown. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And the train of Jimmy Buckets and the Heat's star power took a hit.
Well, one thing is for certain in this league, you need stars to win big. Draft picks, flexibility, those things are great. Even nice young players, but it's only going to take so far.
Got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Naji's checked in. The Nuggets trail. Takes the 3. Norman Powell with the rebound. Miami's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here's Murray. And it's Murray. Murray provides this time. And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. As we canvass the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly, and then you've got a guy like Tate Cunningham in Detroit who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Well, you made a great list of guys right there for sure. Let's go to the sideline and see what our little forces dug up for us. Shall we take it away?
Thanks, guys. The Nuggets have gotten used to success. Nicole Jokic said, winning is a lifestyle for us. It's really good when you're winning. Everybody's happy. Everybody wants to play. Everybody is buying into the system. I was here when we were losing, so I do not want to go back to that. Kevin?
We're sure good with him in the lineup. Okay, thank you, Alan. The Heat trail by 3. That's the way up. They can use a bucket. Hits it from breaking.
When you can shoot over the top of people and hit a high percentage from out there, you are in rare company.
Murray looking around. Good D by Mitchell.
That's a surprise. I mean, it's out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Here's Hero with the three. Here's Ware. Up and in and the way. Ware's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're scoring off of missed shots. That's a big part of his game.
Murray outside. It's Jokic top of the key. Back to Murray. Denver needs to get off the shot. That's a floater go. Ooh, the touch from Jokic.
Position inside. Get it.
Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Changing it up. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Khalil Ware. Wiggins comes in for Norman Powell. And Harris subbed in for Mitchell. Miami no good on that time either. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the numbers. Pulling on 5 points in the third.
Nowhere. Lord, the scoring game there. His athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Now, here's MP. His last time he had 18 points. Can't finish in on the 10-foot jump. Denver's gone 0-3 from beyond the arcs. And Jokic missing. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Wiggins finds Harris. Strong finish inside from MP.
Over the course of his career, being able to consistently score on the inside will pay off big for MP.
Hardaway passes to Jokic. Denver passing it around.
Jokic with attitude there.
Hero on the wing. They get it back. Here's Adebayo. The 9-footers on the ball.
Perseverance there. Extra effort.
It's all tied. And then we'll be back in right after halftime. 20 short of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
You know, right now for Denver, It's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. Switching it up now, Jamal Murray was having himself a game in that first half.
He's feeling it, exploiting the gaps in the defense, getting high percentage looks.
Defensively, you have to find a way to seal those gaps because he's making it look too easy.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what you can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
And last season, the Heat turning away Jimmy Butler. Jim, that ended a memorable stretch with some terrific wins.
Yeah, playoff Jimmy emerged in South Beach, a trip to the finals in 2020 as a 5 seed, and again in 2023 as an 8 seed. Underdog runs made a highway of this team's competitive will.
Here's the Spolstra starting the second half. Got Harris. And Adebayo is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Tyler Hewitt. It's Powell in at the 3 with the small forward. Here's Murray. Out in the basket by Embiid. Watson gets the Hardaway. That's good. And the assist goes to Watson. Innocence now in this one.
A go-to shot for Hardaway Jr. He can really hurt defense from downtown.
Now here's Harris. He's got 6. Hero looking over the defense. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. 6 on the shot clock. Off three-pointer. Higgins. Rebound by the Knights. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Outside Gordon. Out to the wing. From downtown. Wiggins with the rebound.
So the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
And now, Alec LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you. Nikola Jokic is a family man through and through. He said, quote, basketball is not the main thing in my life and probably never will be. And to be honest, I like it because I have something more at home. Something that's more important than basketball. Back over to you, Kevin.
Some good perspective. Thanks so much, Alec, for the report. And goodness is.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes up in the middle.
3 finds Gordon. They'll bring the one of the best scorers to what's called Ramsey. Looking to play contact with the defender that they zeroed in.
Really negate his shot blocker, but the offensive player basically initiates all the contact. We can do without some of those foul calls against the defender.
First two down. At the line for Denver, Nikola Jokic. One shot. Free throw, good. Jokic. Like we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Well, from deep, Wiggins is solid. He makes enough of them out there. It forces you to make decisions to guard him.
Jokic with the screen on Hero. And Jokic swings it in.
Just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. For Miami, they've got 4 of the first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Foul. Lots of room. And the basket is good. Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now, here's Jokic. 13 points in the game. Then get first down.
Capable of being a very potent scorer. Jokic certainly has looked focused so far in this one.
Hero passes to Adebayo. Back to Hero. Adebayo kicks to Hero. Kicks it out to Wiggins. A three ball. And again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, that's a comfortable spot for Wiggins. He has a great feel for that corner three.
Kicks it out to Gordon. It's on a three. The rebound by Tyler Hero. Miami lead by 4. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. It's 2 free throws.
Showing some toughness there, exceptional contact on the way up.
The Heat shooting their first shot from the stripe in this game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
That's good for Harris.
And the big question for MP is going to be work ethic. Because if he can put in the sweat, there's no reason he can't be a star in this league.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Holmes checked in. Johnson comes in for Peyton Watson. Christian Brown's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Bruce Brown in for Jamal Murray. And Harris drops them both. And this summer, Carmelo Anthony inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. The former 3rd overall pick by Denver back in 2003.
And he played 7.5 seasons with the Nuggets, his longest stretch of any team, representing them 4 times in the All-Star game. You take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Clock management is everything right here. Time and score are paramount.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
The Nuggets with another miss. The shot that time, not on target. Anthony has been leading the charge for the Miami Heat. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
I can't do none of that with my right hand, man. I try to go to the left. I try to lift up my arm. I can't do it. I can't even float
I'm
the
going to
ball.
look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, the easy choice.
But everybody keeps saying ain't no word like can't or don't.
Playing for one another. That's the definition of teamwork.
Fourth quarter of action is announced. Always the point. We got Bruce Brown. Andy Brown is out there with Johnson. Then there's Murray. And it's now Judas in the pivot spot, man in the middle. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Now, here's Mitchell. And Alvarez is going to concede possession.
Well, that is the definition of an unforced error. Very unfortunate. And the coach is going to have something to say about that.
The Nuggets trail by 8. Valanciunas with a screen on Mitchell. Murray gets to Valanciunas. Offline with his 3.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Powell outside. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Now here's Valanciunas. Pass to Murray. Johnson outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now here's Mitchell. Here's Ware. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
They've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Now here's Valanciunas. He's defended by Ware.
Yeah, no reason to fade away there.
teardrop. Murray against Mitchell. Out left to the wing. Shoots. Rebound by Johnson. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Beyond the arc. Powell there for the rebound.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed out. Yeah, that goes down. Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
And so David Adelman calls the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Gordon comes in for Johnson. Watson, he's checked in for Christian Brown. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Brown. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. He asked his team to take in the moment, saying, "This is what it's all about, guys. This is why we worked so hard and why we love this game. Embrace it." Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Tim, at one point, your dream was to play professional baseball. Why did you switch?
Kevin, it really came down to this. In a growth spurt when I was 14 years old, and I decided to go try this basketball thing that first year in high school. As it turns out, what I fell in love with, I didn't need anybody else to get better. I had an insatiable work ethic. It lent itself to hours and hours on the basketball court by myself.
That is such an interesting perspective. Outside Hardaway. Watson the screen. No good from three. 8 by 16. Now Wiggins. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. 6 to shoot. Now Hero. And the Heat on another three.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to play. Really got to give it up here for the Heat.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Norman Powell.
They impacted the game in a multitude of ways. Anytime they needed a big play, no matter what it was, he came through.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Murray against Harris. Murray, no good. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Now let's send it over to Jennifer Quintana.
Congratulations on tonight's win, MP. You were looking for your teammates early and often and keeping them involved throughout. Was that the strategy coming in, or did you see something in the game that led to an adjustment?
Yeah. Our approach is to be unselfish. Share the ball, work the best shot possible. If somebody's getting good looks, we eat them. If everybody's getting good looks, then we all eating that steak and lobster. You feel me? Hey, I'm a family man at heart, so nothing makes me happier than feeding my family. These guys are my family.
I love that, MP.
Hey, order up!
Surf and turf! Kevin, over to you.
As always, we appreciate it, Jen. Thanks. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. So long.
Alright guys, so we still third. The Hornets, the Pistons, and the Heat are 6-2, so somebody gotta lose. Hopefully it's not gonna be us, man. Cause you know, I don't care if we in first, second, or third, as long as we in the championship. That's the only thing that I'm worried about in winning. Trying our best to win, because we gotta have good strategies up our hands. But yeah, man, on the next episode, we'll be going up against the Charlotte Hornets. Stay tuned for that. I'm trying my best to post these videos. But yeah, man, we are 6-2. The Pistons are 6-2, and the Pistons are 6-2, and the Hornets are 6-2. So it's 3 teams basically. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I post this every day, every week whenever I have free time. And yeah, man, catch you guys in the next video.